YouTube channel, but we are hitting the press button now. We are going live on YouTube. We are live Facebook Live with TV Flizwe. We are live in all the platforms that you will want in the region where I am in, usually Butswa region in the Free State. And yeah, as we know, we've just opened the economy as the Republic of South Africa in order for economic emancipation or participation to happen to all small businesses. So I'm Lizzie Mtknebe and I represent my name is Mzamai as well. So have a good morning, sir. So I represent businesses that want to get their return on investment by making sure that I make them realize the potential that they will have once they have their people, their processes, and systems synchronized at 33.3% in order for them to get their return on investment. But I make sure that they must understand the business model that they are using. Whether they are a chamber, whether they are a non-profit organization, whether they are a private organization, whether they are running an enterprise or they are a small, micro, medium enterprise that they are running. So I make sure that they realize that potential so that they can get their value of the money and get their return on investment. So thank you very much for being with us, and then we appreciate it. Today's topic, we say walala wasala in our language. That is what we synonymously use in the street. We said walala wasala. You snooze, you lose. Get a grip on it. In all the platforms that I've been through, from your LinkedIn, some of the businesses that I got from LinkedIn was because I didn't sleep. Because when you sleep, you snooze, and then you lose business opportunities. So when someone is interested in something that you are doing, you have to hastily or speedily move and then interrogate them, or there are opportunities that come that have come to my fore as well because I didn't sleep. The opportunities presented themselves, and I had to speedily or hastily move on them in order for them to be possible as well. So you always have to make sure that you do not snooze, because if you snooze, you lose the opportunity. So I remember there's a lot of opportunities that came that way where people were interested in what I'm doing, and I had to deliver on that. So, but that is all encapsulated in what? In the system. Remember, we said it's people. You have to approach people, and then you have to have systems that will respond to their requirement. And then from that, you have to take them through your process so that they have a thorough understanding of what you are doing. So people, you have to go into social media to get people. So the reason what encouraged me to do this is because we always try to judge ourselves. If things are not happening right now or at the moment, we always want to blame that on ourselves. We want to blame that on the process that we are doing, and then we want to change. I will not encourage you to change the process that you are involved in. I will encourage you to always use it on a routine basis. Let's try to do this on a routine basis, because what happens if you do it on a routine basis, it starts to develop into a system, and then that system you start to add in processes that will follow suit in order for you to be able to realize your potential at the end of the day. You cannot get a new information and you want to implement it on a daily basis. That means you are still on a revolution. You have not yet reached there. So you have to have a certain task or a certain routine that you are following, and then from that you adapt, and then you change or you adjust based on the requirement as well. So that is what we need to do. So there's an opportunity that hit me. I remember in 2017, I was not in the country. I was in Malaysia, and then I had a task team that was sent to the capital city of our province here in the Free State. And then one of my partner was part of that formation that went into Bloemfontein to go and submit. It was a tender document. So apparently they went there And then when they reach the head office of that department, it was a lot of small, micro, medium enterprises that were there. There was havoc. They could not submit the documentation. So it happened that 2 weeks when I came back, after 2 weeks from that, it was in June. I came back in the middle of June. When I came back, I went to a construction industry board to register our organization. So when I was there to register our organization, I went there at 5 to 8, and then at around 5 past 8, 10 past 8, the process was finalized. And then when I moved out of the offices of CIDB, I met with a chief director of one of the department in the Free State. And then he recognized me from a meeting that we had previously had from an organization that is a non-profit that I was coming from, because we had concerns with one of the road that was built. And then we took our concerns to them in Bloemfontein. So he met me and said, "No, I remember you from this non-profit organization. Can you please come with me to the office?" And then he started asking me, "We had this opening of a tender. Did you guys submit?" and all of that. So you snooze, you lose. If the opportunity presents itself, you need to move on it. So he started asking me, without me even asking him about that process that we sent our delegate into, and then nothing happened. They could not submit the documentation. So he started discussing this case with me. And then I explained, we had guys that came in, they could not submit. We had about 7 companies that were brought in by the organization, facilities, but they could not submit the documentation. And then he said, no, let us try to work it in this way, in this fashion. And then that is what happened. So you snooze, you lose. So I grabbed that opportunity, and then the rest is history from that. But it's not only the circumstance that had happened to me. There are circumstances that had happened to me where I will go into a function, or I will go into a workshop, and someone will say, "No, I'm interested in what you are doing. So can we talk?" And then you keep on showing up, and then the person is encouraged that you are there, you are caring for them. Because remember, you do not just sell, you sell, like I said yesterday as well. People buy from people they trust. People buy from people that they know what they represent. So in this case, they knew that I represent the business community, and then they will have liked us. They will have liked them to help us in that case as well, in that regard. So in life, that is what you need to do. When you get an opportunity that presents itself, you must move towards that opportunity, grab it with both hands. When someone can come today and say, "I want to be a partner with you," will I not move with that moment? I will move with that flow, because remember what we are encouraging. We are encouraging the money flow. We are encouraging business growth. We are encouraging empowerment. So if someone says, "I've seen you articulate, I've seen that you have done this and this, and I'm very in love with what you are doing, or what you have been doing in your community, what you have been doing in your business, what you have been doing into your fraternity in terms of engineering, and I love to move forward with you," what will you do? You grab that opportunity, because you don't want to be the statistics. You do not want to say, "Hey, Google, when they started, I was part of it, and look how big they are. I could have been part of that team." You don't want to do that. I've learned this from Gary Vee. Gary Vee lost a big deal from Google. He lost a big deal from Instagram, because he said, "No, this is not for me." He could not grab that opportunity then. But he regrets it now, because he could have been far in life. So you do not want to regret. So stop judging yourself. Act on the opportunity that presents itself with you. Go with the flow. When you go with the flow, you are sensitizing the energies that are brought, whether it's a money energy, whether it's a power energy, whether it's an influence energy that you are attracting. You are an influencer in your discipline, so you need to grab that opportunity and move forward with it. So with that being said, let us please remind ourselves to say, during this COVID-19 pandemic, we do not like the statistics that we see going up. I think at the moment in South Africa, according to our John Hopkinson University of Medicine, we are 604 cases below China. So it means by tomorrow or this weekend that we are approaching, we will have surpassed China more. And then China is at 84,000. China is at 84,494, and then we are uh, below Qatar, which is 84,441. I think they are surpassing China with they're surpassing China with 53 cases. They are below China with 53 cases, and then we are below China with 640 cases because we are at 83,890 in terms of the COVID-19 infections as well. And then China is sitting at, last time when I checked, China, they are sitting at around, they are, just looking at the statistics now. But that is where we are sitting. 84,494 is China, Qatar 84,441, South Africa 83,890. And but I said during the weekend we will have surpassed China in terms of that. But let us abide by the government regulation. We know the president was live saying these are the other departments that will be allowed. Workshops, which is where we come in, that are related to work, will also open to continue. So we'll start to see some movement where as keynote speakers will start going to workshops to present to companies. I've had some of my friends calling me to say there's a workshop that we need to go and do in Mpumalanga for 3 consecutive weeks. Where it will be from Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, 3 weeks. There's a company that is interested in one of our gigs. So, yeah, those are the things. We are starting to see that economic processes being open in that line with our training courses as well. So we are very appreciative of that. But we know that when we go abroad to go and do our keynote, that pays a lot. Overseas, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Qatar, in China, yes, we'll have to wait until a determination is made. But we're thinking approximately that will happen during March 2021, not now. We are unlikely to see that happening now. We are only going to see that happening next year. But like I said, you need to grab that moment. We need to now start going online. We need to start now adhering to the Zoom conferencing, the Jiu-Jitsu conferencing. We need to do the Skype, which we are basically doing, which one of our clients we discussing that we must do an online coaching because that is the way we need to do. Because if economic participation to the international clients will only happen next year, what happened during this year? So we need to make sure that domestically we are saving our customers, but also internationally we are saving them. But we'll be saving them via the Zoom, Zoomation, or the Jiu-Jitsu, the Skype, or the Cisco WebEx as well in this regard. So we need to grab that because we need to make sure that we have revenue that is coming in. We need to have the energy that sensitizes that energy of money attraction that must come in. We are already in that process. We are already participating in that. So we just need to make sure that it flourishes. So with that being said, we must always abide by the government regulation in terms of washing our hands with water and soap for at least 20 seconds, or an alcohol-based sanitizer. We must always, when we cough, we must always cough into our elbow or tissue. Let us avoid crowded areas. Let us always listen to reliable news sources and not fake news. Let us make sure that when we have a cough or a sore throat, we seek medical profession. And before we go and see them, let us call them. And always when you're in a public area, we must always wear our mask in this regard. And then let us respect the government regulation in line what needs to be done in order for us to adhere to the condition that government is putting there. So with this advice, we think that this weekend you'll enjoy weekend. You'll not walala wasala. You'll not snooze. It's because you snooze, you lose. You will not snooze, because when you snooze, you will lose. So let's grab the opportunity that presents itself. Whether it's a small opportunity, we must have gratitude. Whether it's an opportunity that is going to bring a little money, you must grab that opportunity and embrace it. And then, because when you do that, you are doing you're breaking through the blockages of money. We must break through the blockages of money, because we need to be empowered. We need to have money. We need to be in the money flow process. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for attending our session as well today. Let us keep safe, stay at home, uh, let us exercise alone together, let us exercise social distancing. And then, with that being said, have a fantastic weekend. Until we see you again next week, Monday, may God bless you. Thank you very much.